what is growth hacking? The growth hacking is finding the most cost-effective digital marketing strategies when you are limited on resources and funds, like, pretty much every startup out there. So if you want to grow your business quickly and capital efficiently and retain customers for the long term, then growth hacking is probably going to work for you.
It is usually used in relation to early stage startups who need massive growth in a short time, and also usually on small budgets. The whole goal of growth hacking strategies in general is to acquire as many users or customers as possible while spending as little money as possible.
Great talk.
Thank you.
So the question is, growth hacking in B2B markets.
It works extremely well in B2B and B2C. A good example of B2B is Signals. They changed the name. It's a product by HubSpot in which they give you something for free. You can use a product a small bit. It helps track how many people open the emails you send them, right? And what they do is they only give you a certain amount for free. If you want more, you got to keep inviting more and more users. And every month it resets. That's how it grows. It's a great example of B2B growth hacking.
What kind of growth hacking techniques would you recommend to boost pre-orders or crowdfunding?
Boost pre-orders or crowdfunding. So one thing I've actually noticed with a lot of these crowdfunding campaigns, this is actually a very unique way in which I've seen some companies offer discounts for multiple purchases. And what they've actually done within their crowdfunding campaigns is saying, hey, you can spend X dollars on one pre-order, or if you get 5, you'll get a 30% discount. And what they say is, don't need 5 yourself? Well, bundle it together with your friends, make a big order, tell your friends about it. And it's actually been a very effective process. And you should actually check that out when you're doing the crowdfunding campaigns. Encourage people to do group buys versus doing it singularly. And you can actually try to make it, if you're doing it on your own website, in which they can invite a few people and share the cost and split it, so that way they don't have to collect the money.
Awesome.
This is a long growth hack, but it'll work. I've tested this out. So I would email the Vienna Tribune author that writes there, because not all authors on these big sites actually work for the company. Some are actually just guest contributors. I would email them, and let's say their name is John. I would say, hey John, great article on growing your business through analytics. I noticed you actually didn't hit on X, Y, and Z topic. You hit on A, B, and C, which is great, but have you considered modifying and talking about X, Y, and Z? Just a friendly tip, keep up the great work. I love reading your content. Don't ask for anything, you just shoot an email over like that. Next email, you said, next time he writes another article, John, wow, what an amazing article. I learned A, B, and C from it. Keep up the great work, I'm a big fan, right? And you sign it your name, cheers, Stan. Third email you send, hey John, I realized you haven't actually written on A, B, and C topic. I've looked through all your posts and I haven't found anything on it. I think it would actually be really beneficial to your fans, your followers. Just like me, right? I'm one of your fans. But I know you're busy. So if you don't have the time to write, no worries. You've already done so much for me. If you want, I can just write the article for you, right? And what you'll find is John will be like, yeah, you would really write it for me? I'm like, yeah, I'll write it for you. I'm also going to throw in a link back to my website, but I'll write it for you, right? Don't tell him the link part. Just write it for him. And what you'll find is he'll introduce you to the editor of Vienna Tribune, or whatever the paper is called. He'll get you an account. And then from there, when you write articles, because now you can publish your own, you can link from that article. Let's say you wrote an article, you're selling analytics. So you wrote your article, 10 ways analytics can help grow your business. And then what you would do at the end of the article, you would say, hey, click here to download the checklist. So you'd create an image, have a developer on Fiverr, right? I think that's an Israeli company, Fiverr, $5, it's cheap. and they can create like a PDF that has a checklist of the 10 ways it can benefit the business, and they put in a name and email to get that on your website. Now when you have a name, email, you can even ask for a phone number. Your sales guys can follow up, email them, see if they're interested. You'll collect a lot of leads. A lot of them won't be qualified, but a portion will. You'll actually make a ton of revenue for this. And this strategy works. Just look at me. I blog on Forbes now, Entrepreneur Magazine, Inc., Fast Company.
Randy, we have a question from Slido, which is growth hacking in two-sided business models, chicken and egg problem.
Yes, when it's a chicken and egg problem, you're gonna have to go after both sides. But you can't go after both sides right away. It's funny in which companies will try to get people to, let's say if you have a two-sided market, you're looking for advertisers and publishers. It's very hard to growth hack for both of them, so you need to focus on one side of the market first, and you need to artificially inflate the other side. For example, Airbnb growth hacked by taking listings from Craigslist, putting them on their site. That's how they started getting the first listings. And then what they did is they spent money on Google AdWords to get visitors to their website to view those listings and apply. So what I'm getting at is it is two-sided, in which they need people to list and they need people to come and pay for the listing, right? Like to go and stay in someone's place. But it's hard to growth hack it for both sides, so pick one. Airbnb decided to pick the growth hack for the listing side, and they bought the traffic. Once you figure out how to growth hack one side and you start getting more of a user base, then you can work on both sides eventually, but pick one at the beginning.
How do you growth hack offline, so physical products like socks, for example?
But I actually figured out the trick to hacking the stock market. Instagram, it's super popular, right? You know how many, guys buy your socks or girls? Guys. Okay, you know how many guys are perverts and creeps on Instagram? A lot. They're just looking at pictures of girls and they're just going like. And a lot of the guys, even if they have wives or girlfriends, they'll look at the pictures. They won't click like, but they'll look, right? So what you can actually do, and I've had a buddy test this out, a lot of these models on Instagram don't make any money. They just take pictures, a selfie. These girls made selfies popular, right? They just take selfies of themselves doing a duck face in the mirror, like picture, okay? Give them free pair of socks. I've seen people do this like nice laundry, and even like $5, $10, they'll be like, oh my God, you gave me socks. I'm gonna post these socks on my website, on my Instagram profile, and they mention it. And my buddy started doing this. He started getting 1,600 visitors a day from Instagram just by giving girls free socks. And in sales, I think he was making something like an extra like $26,000, $28,000 a month in profit from sales from Instagram. Try it out, it'll work. He could scale it up. You can probably get it to a few $100,000 now because there's so many more perverts on Instagram and hot girls.